Hello and welcome to the Midweek Review. Last week I said we were going to embark on a 4-part series for a video game. I'm going to call that series Waiting for the Reboot because the series I'm going to be reviewing is Devil May Cry, in preparation for the reboot that is coming out, I believe in January. Without further ado, here we go. So, most of you all know what Devil May Cry is. If you don't, why haven't you played it yet? I mean, seriously, this game is awesome, but we'll be going over that in this review right now. Okay, first off, we're going to start out by telling you when it was released. Well, we'll go by area and date. Let's see what I got here. For release dates, I got in Japan, it was released in August 23rd, 2001. Yep. North America, it was released October 17th, 2001. And in Europe, it was released December 7th, 2001. Yep. Sorry, Europe. You got it last, and, so many bad things I could say for the reason, but I won't. Okay, let's see. Now, the genres are hack and slash, beat 'em up. Some might say it's a horror game, but I don't really see it. I mean, there's nothing really scary about it. But if you think it's horror, continue to think that it's your opinion. You can have it. And let's see. We'll be moving on to gameplay now. Before I start, though, I'm looking between two different monitors. That's why you're going to see my head move a lot, because I don't have all this information, just stored up in my head. It's a lot. Okay? Now, like I said, gameplay. The gameplay consists of levels called missions, where players must fight demons as enemies, and perform platforming tasks, and occasionally solve puzzles to progress through the story. Yeah, that's how you progress through the story. Platforming, killing enemies, and solving the occasional puzzle. Can't do that? Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. The player's performance in each mission is given a letter grade of starting at D, going from up to C, B, A, and S. S is the highest. Yes, I know S in the alphabet is lower than D, but come on, it's a video game, and S is higher in video games. We all know this. Grades are based on the time taken to complete the mission, the amount of red orbs gathered, and how stylish the combat was. Item usage and damage taken. Okay, more on the stylish combat is, the stylish combat is defined as performing an unbroken series of attacks while avoiding damage. Your stylish ranking through the attacks you're doing is measured on screen by a gauge, or I forget if it's either a gauge or just a letter appearing on screen, like D, C, A, like that. It's one of the two. I haven't really played in a while, but actually that's not true. I just played 3 days ago, but that's besides the point. My memory is crap. Let's see, the more hits you get, the higher the ranking goes. The rank starts at D, which is dull, progresses to C, which is cool, B, bravo, and A, awesome, and peaks at S, which is stylish. When you receive damage, the style rank goes back to dull. Another thing about the stylish ranking is that you get more of it by taunting enemies as well. Now, there's a mechanic called the Devil Trigger, which I will refer in the future as the DT. Not just in the future, as in for this review, for every review about Devil May Cry. So keep that in mind. You can't just come to this midway and know what the heck I'm talking about if I say DT and you haven't really played Devil May Cry. Okay, but getting back to it, the DT allows you to temporarily transform Dante into a more powerful and more demonic looking person. Doing this adds power based on the current weapon and changes you know, like the stats, you know, like sword slash, you know, say it does like 10 damage. It's not what it does in game, this is just an example. So say if it just does 10 damage, like if you turn on the Devil Trigger, it'll do like 20, maybe 40 more. That's kind of what it's for. It's to amplify your attacks. The transformation typically, yeah, like I just said, strength and defense. It'll slowly restore health and grants special attacks. Yeah, special attacks. Okay, that was just weird. Please refrain from talking like me. You probably will get in less trouble in life. But that's a topic for a day I will never do. And how long it lasts is governed by the DT gauge, which depletes as the ability is used, and is filled up again by attacking enemies or taunting them in normal form. Now, it will fill up by just attacking them. Just straight up attacking them will refill your DT. Devil May Cry does contain puzzles and other challenges besides regular combat. I know this will let down, but you know, it works well in the game. See, blah blah blah, you find key items, you know, to progress through the main storyline. There's optional platforming and exploration to find hidden caches of orbs. Sorry about that. There's side quests called secret missions in the game. They're located in hidden or out of the way areas. While not required for completion, they're really fun to do. I mean, seriously. And, well, typically, they do provide a permanent power-up. See, the challenges that you'll face in a secret mission will typically be defeat enemies in a specific manner or within a certain amount of time. Rewards for all optional puzzles and challenges come in different types of orbs, which give some bonuses. Like yellow orbs will give you more life, not more life, sorry, I believe those are blue orbs that give you more life. Yellow orbs give you like, it's basically like go 1-up in Mario or something like that. Okay, now we're gonna go over the main character, Dante. I'll tell you about his characteristics in this review. Maybe I'll go over more about him in later reviews, but of the different game series, but I might actually just go over different characters that appear in the different games as well. You never know. You'll just have to wait and see. So Dante, characteristics. He's a mercenary. He specializes in supernatural cases, preferring those that call for demon slaying. Why? Well, duh. He is a devil hunter. He is muscular, has silver hair, cold blue eyes, and is usually seen wearing a red trench coat, and he has a very, very sarcastic attitude. Though, why hate him for that? Actually, don't hate him for it, love him for it. Dante's arsenal usually consists of firearms and melee weapons, including ebony and ivory. He has twin pistols that never need reloading. Yep. Yeah, they have clips of infinite ammo. As well as a variety of... He also has a variety of different swords, such as Rebellion, which is his sword in most of the games. But in, like, the first game, I'm quite sure of this. It's called Force Edge. These devil arms were created by his father, the Dark Knight Sparta. Yeah, we all know him. So I don't need to go into detail about him. The guns were handmade with the engraving for Tony Redgrave by 45 Art Works. No, I'm not mispronouncing it. That's actually how it's spelled. Let's see. Tony Redgrave is an alias that Dante used in the light novel adaptation of Devil May Cry. And, let's see. That's just a side note I said. He possesses superhuman strength and agility as a result of his half-demon heritage. This gives him the ability to occasionally use the power of a full-fledged demon. You know, using the DT in the game. In this state, Dante possesses greater strength and speed. His health regenerates at a steady pace and has further abilities with his equipped melee weapons, including flight. Yeah, flight. Yes, I'm a bit tongue-tied right now. Dante is confident in his encounters with his opponents, and he frequently messes with the boss characters before battling them. Dante always says the phrase, "Devils never cry," except for in Devil May Cry 4. But we'll get to that game in about 3 more episodes, or... I don't know. You do the math. I'm not here to do math. I'm here to finish this review in an untimely fashion. Yeah. Let's see. This implies that no matter how much of a demon he may be, his ability to cry makes his human side precious to him. See, a bit of history. Dante is one of the twin sons of the Dark Knight Sparta. The Dark Knight Sparta is the demon knight who sided with humanity and drove back an invasion of demons trying to take over the human world 2,000 years ago. After Sparta's death, Dante and his twin brother Virgil were raised by their human mother, Eva. I don't know. I don't know. I got the name off the net. I don't know if it's accurate. If it's not, please let me know. When Dante and Virgil were children, the family was attacked by demons, resulting in their mother's death. Wow, that's just odd. No, it's just horrible. This event led to Dante's commitment to hunting demons in pursuit of killing the ones that killed his mother. Again, not sure. This is a backstory from the first game. It probably changes. I don't know. I haven't reviewed the others yet. See now, on to the story. Yes, story. Oh, by the way, warning, spoilers galore. Yeah, I know, I sound weird. Probably the cola. Okay, Devil May Cry begins with Dante's office attacked by a mysterious woman named Trish. He impresses her by easily brushing off the assault. She, after being told where the bathroom is, because obviously at the beginning Dante thought, okay, person coming through the window at a high speed means, okay, they really need to get into the bathroom. Okay, but that's my own interpretation. Feel free to interpret the story any way you want. Let's see. She tells him that the attack was just a test to see if he actually is the son of the Dark Knight Sparta. And that the Demon Emperor, Mundus, I don't know why, his name just feels like it needs to be pronounced like that, you know, Mundus, is returning. The scene jumps to their arrival at an immense castle, whereupon Trish abruptly leaves and vanishes over a high wall. Dante explores the castle and encounters the game's stock enemies, demonic marionettes. Yes, marionettes, we know your game. You're evil. Let's see. He also finds a new sword called Alistair and battles the first boss, a giant spider demon. Sorry, I hate spiders. Named Phantom. Yes, he's a phantom spider. Dante wins the battle. Of course, you're gonna win the battle. Why do I even need to say that? But in what becomes a recurring theme, the defeated boss monster reappears now and again in a corridor, forcing Dante to choose a narrow escape or to fight in tight, confined spaces. And after further exploration and combat, Dante battles a demon named Nello Angelo, who impresses Dante with his confidence. The demon wins. Yep, the demon always wins. Dante never does. But suddenly flees upon seeing the half amulet Dante wears, which contains a picture of his mother. The demon attacks 2 more times in later missions, is eventually revealed to be Dante's identical twin brother, Virgil. After Nello Angelo's death, his amulet joins with his brother's half, and the Force Edge the game's default sword, which had belonged to their father, changes into its true form and becomes the Sparta sword. When Dante next meets Trish, she betrays him and reveals that she too is working for Mundus. Yes, Mundus! And when her life is endangered, Dante chooses to save her, claiming he did so only because of her resemblance to his mother. Yep, apparently Trish resembles his mother. We've never seen what his mother looks like, but hey, we have an idea of what she might. Okay, blah blah blah. Where was I? Oh yeah, resemblance to his mother. He warns her to stay away. Yet when he finally confronts Mundus, who's about to kill Trish, Dante again chooses to save her and is injured. Okay. Mundus tries to finish him off, but Trish takes the attack instead. This unleashes Dante's full power, allowing him to take on the form of Sparta. Dante and Mundus then battle on another plane of existence. Yes, getting exciting here. Different planes of existence. Dante is victorious and leaves the amulet and sword with Trish's immobile body before departing. Dante defeats Mundus. Oh, sorry, I missed part. Dante defeats Mundus, who vows to return and rule the human world. Yeah, he came back for a second attack, but it's just a cutscene you see there. Trish also comes back. When Trish tries to apologize, she begins to try, and Dante tells her it means she's become more human and not just the devil, because devils never cry. And at the end, Dante and Trish escape on a plane as the island collapses. Yep, apparently they did that much damage. After the credits roll, it's revealed that Dante and Trish are working together as partners and have renamed the shop Devils Never Cry. Except for what I have for story. Let's see. Next, we have development. Not sure if I'm going to leave this in the final, but hey, I'll record it anyway. The game was first hinted at in early December 1999. Devil May Cry started out as the earliest incarnation of Resident Evil 4. Initially developed for the PS2, the game was directed by Hideki Kayama after producer Shinji Mikami, I think, requested him to create a new entry into the Resident Evil series. Around the turn of the millennium, regular series writer Nobuharu Shigemura created a scenario for the title based on Kayama's idea to make a very cool and stylized action game. Yeah. The story was based on unraveling the mystery surrounding the body of protagonist Tony. Yeah, Dante's name originally was Tony, an invincible man with skills and an intellect exceeding that of normal people. His superhuman abilities were initially explained with biotechnology. Dun dun dun. I don't know why. As Kayama felt the playable character did not look brave and heroic enough in battles from a fixed angle, he decided to drop the pre-rendered backgrounds from the previous Resident Evil installments and instead opted for a dynamic camera system. The new direction required the team to take a trip to Europe, where they spent 11 days in the United Kingdom and Spain, sorry. I don't know why I read it as a comma. Photographing things like Gothic statues, bricks, and stone pavement to use in textures. The developers tried to make the coolness theme fit into the world of Resident Evil, but Mikami felt it strayed too far from the series' survival horror roots, and gradually convinced all the staff members to make the game independent from it. Kayama eventually rewrote the story to be set in a world full of demons and changed the hero's name to Dante. The cast of characters remained largely identical to Sugimura's scenario, although appearances of the hero's mother and father were written out of the story. The game's new title was revealed as Devil May Cry in November of 2000. Team Little Devils, a group of staff within Capcom Production Studio 4, developed the game. Some of the major gameplay elements were partially inspired by a bug found in Onimusha Warlords. During a test play, Kayama discovered that enemies could be kept in the air by slashing them repeatedly, which led to the inclusions of juggles by gunfire and sword slashes in Devil May Cry. According to the director, Devil May Cry was designed from the ground up around Dante's acrobatics. The decision was made late in the development process to change the game to a mission-based advancement instead of more of an open-ended structure of the Resident Evil games. Devil May Cry's difficulty was intentional, according to Kayama, and that's it for development. Okay, now moving on to who did Dante's voice. Dante was voiced by a man called Drew Cobbs for the first game. I don't really know who he is. I'll put a link in the description below for you to click and you can find out who he is. Personally, from what I've seen, he hasn't really done anything of note since Devil May Cry. But that's my opinion. Now to wrap things up. This game, in my opinion at least, is a classic, It's awesome, It was awesome, perfect for its time. And if you haven't played it already, what the hell's wrong with you? Go out, buy the HD collection and play it. I'm serious, that's how good this game is. Seriously, just buy it for that one game. Just buy the whole HD collection just for Devil May Cry 1. And if you have already played it, play it again! Come on, there's nothing stopping you. And I'll give it a score, because of this being a review, of 9.75. That's it for this review. Next week, I'll be reviewing Devil May Cry 2. See y'all later.